Yeah, we didn't rehearse a lot, but we did read the scenes a few times, and it just sat with us. Yeah, I mean, it sat with me that this could work, but I did not anticipate, how much fun they would get out of it. The obviously the situations in the story are extreme, but they make them enjoyable and some of the actions forgivable.
So what made you want to tell this story? How did this all start?
From some dark recess of my mind. I have no idea how. It's not based on anything, on anything real. I had originally the idea of one man burying a father that he had a very complicated relationship with. And I wrote some of it and got a little stuck until it occurred to me that it could be two half-brothers, each one with a trauma, but with slightly different points of view and different life outcomes. And that's when it actually panned out into a feature length.
It's so great having Ethan and Ewan together. They feel like they've been circling each other their whole careers, but they've never actually been on screen together. How did they come together in the casting process?
I knew Ethan from working with him when I was a cameraman, but before I ever thought of directing, and we were served together on the jury at the Sundance Film Festival. Ewan I'd worked with, and I sent him the script, and he responded to Raymond. And when we were talking, the name of Ethan came up almost right away. And, all three of us, Ethan thankfully liked the script, but all three of us just had this hunch that they would have a great chemistry as brothers. Chemistry is always kind of a prayer, but they did have it. And they just brought so much humor and so much unspoken brotherness into it.
When you were kind of getting into rehearsals or getting on set for the first time, were you like, oh, thank God, like this is so great?
Yeah, we didn't rehearse a lot, but we did read the scenes a few times, and it just sat with us. Yeah, I mean, it sat with me that this could work, but I did not anticipate, how much fun they would get out of it. The obviously the situations in the story are extreme, but they make them enjoyable and some of the actions forgivable.
Yeah, there are some truly dark but hilarious moments in this movie. So what is your relationship with Alfonso Cuaron? Because he's a producer on this movie as well, right? And how did he come on board? And
I've known Alfonso since we were 20. We're both from Mexico City. I met him when he was dating a friend of mine back in, the Middle Ages. So we've been friends all along. I worked with him as a camera operator on a couple of his projects along the way. He's read my scripts. I read his scripts. We give each other feedback on cuts, etc. And, I was working with Julie Curtis and Julie Lynn and Bonnie Curtis. I've switched my producer's surnames twice in this festival. But Alfonso read the script and he was very enthusiastic. He said, listen, I'll join as a producer. And we were happy to have him. And of course, his point of view and his opinion. And he took us to Apple, and Apple were just a great home for it, and super supportive. And so a great team came together. And then this cast, Maribel and Sofia Conedo and Bondi Curtis Hall and others. It really was a dream team for me.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time. Such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.